Manchester Piccadilly. Una linda estructura. Bueno, aquí siguiendo el camino, Museum and Tours. Vamos a ver si acá podemos ingresar a seguir el tour dentro del estadio para conocer un poquito más de Manchester United. Bien, ya estamos listos para hacer el tour por el Old Trafford. Estamos en la parte de atrás del estadio, donde están los graderíos de Sir Alex Ferguson. Aquí pueden apreciar, ya tengo mi carnet para entrar. Primero vamos a ir al museo y de ahí al paseo interno. Alex Ferguson. Este es el Red Café, que está dentro del estadio. Muy bonito. Y está con las sillas con los números de los jugadores. Bien, aquí la tenemos a mi pana Valencia. Muy bonita la escenografía del lugar. Monedas de souvenir del estadio de Manchester, Old Trafford. Hello. Esos zapatos, puro cuero. Están los trofeos del Manchester. estas copas. Ryan Giggs, un área solo para Ryan Giggs. Esta es la guía oficial de la visita. Lo cogí en italiano y en español. Michael. Los uniformes de todas las épocas del Manchester. Este es la tiendita donde venden los recuerdos de Manchester United. muchas cosas. Gorros oficiales, maletas, vasos y todo. Roberto Baggio.
Stadium, it'll last approximately 1 hour. Now take as many photographs as you like, feel free to take photos, enjoy yourselves. The most important part of this tour is that you enjoy yourselves. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask us questions. Just do me one favour, ask me the easy questions and ask all of the difficult ones.
Alright.
Right, we'll take it.
Thank you. Thanks. Yep, thank you.
Está pidiendo que mostremos esto, no sé para qué, pero bueno. Maravilloso.
Yeah. If you can fill the seats on row 14, you go on that row for me.
This
Follow
one?
those boys and we'll take a seat. On row 14 for me, please.
Wow. Wow.
Can you go right to the end?
Yes.
Old Trafford, Manchester United Theatre of Dreams. You know, sat in Old Trafford, 76,000, the biggest football club stadium in Great Britain. There are two stadiums that are bigger. There's Wembley Stadium and there's Croke Park in Ireland that are bigger, but they're national stadiums and they play multi-sport there. This is the biggest football. Now, as I said, there's 76,000 seats here. It's almost 14,000 seats more than the second biggest, which is Arsenal, about 62,000. Now, we've 4 stands here at Old Trafford. We've got the North Stand, South Stand, East Stand and West Stand. Starting at the West Stand, that's known as the Stretford end. It's called Stretford end because the first town behind that stand is called Stretford. It's where the noisiest part of Old Trafford is, where the most passionate singing starts. Most of the singing does actually start at the Stretford end. Then opposite, you'll see the South Stand. You'll notice the roof of the South Stand is actually smaller than the other 3. The reason for that is behind that South Stand there is a railway line, plus terraced houses. And the people who own that railway line won't let us build above it. So we can't make it a uniform stadium. I'm sure it will happen one day. Then to your left we've got the East Stand, which is known as the scoreboard end. We had the very first scoreboard built back in the late 40s, early 50s, right in the middle of that stand where the Adidas symbol is now. That scoreboard has since gone and been replaced by 4 small scoreboards. You see the little black strip on the side there? There's 2 black scoreboards on the South Stand and another one there at the Stretford end. Then we come round to this stand where you're sitting now, the North Stand. In 2011 we renamed this the Sir Alex Ferguson Stand in honour of our great manager. In 26 seasons won us 38 trophies. What a bad manager, were he? Yeah. Cracking manager. Now this stand alone actually holds 26,000 fans. It's on 3 levels and you sat on the bottom level. There's 2 more tiers above you, which you'll see when we go on the other side of the ground. Now, putting that into context, it holds 26,000. You've got Stoke City in the Premiership, and their stadium holds approximately 26,000 fans. So all the Stoke fans in their stadium in Britannia could fit in this one stand here at Old Trafford. Very big ground. Above us, we've got a cantilever roof. It was first built in 1964, ready for the 1966 World Cup. It was extended in 1996 for the European Championships. And it's one of the biggest cantilever roofs in Europe. It's actually bigger than the pitch. That pitch could fit on top of the roof and there'd still be room to spare. Now also for the 1966 World Cup, we built the private boxes. You see the glass windows behind you. We've got 155 of those boxes around our stadium. They allow people to sit and watch the match in comfort in there. There's televisions in there, they can have food and drink. The smallest holds 5 people and costs just under £20,000 for one season. The biggest one at the Stretford end holds 16 people and that's £130,000 for the season. Anybody's got that money now they want to book it?
No.
By the way.
Let me see if you have some change. Let me see.
Then we get round to our pitch. As I said, we've played football here since 1910. But here in Manchester, I know it's sunshine today because we've ordered sunshine for your tour. Yeah? But we don't always get a lot of sunshine in Manchester, we get a lot of rain. Yeah? This isn't suntan, this is rust. Okay? So we've had problems with our pitch. So every couple of years, 2-3 years,
Wow.
feel free to take pictures. I'll step onto the platform.
Wow.
Feel free to take pictures.
Ja, hier wirkt es natürlich viel größer. Ne?
Tell the good in it after. Okay guys, we've just come down from the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. Can you see the letter S of Manchester? Yeah. That's the seats where you've just been sitting. As you can see, it's a very big stand. That's the bottom level. There's 2 more tiers above it. On top of that stand, you can see different colour, different nationality flags. We've got 25 players in our first team squad, plus youth players, and we've got 7 different nationalities, and they're represented with those flags on top of the stadium. You see the Spanish flag, second from the far end, our Spanish goalkeeper, David De Gea, Juan Mata, and Anders Herrera. You'll see the Argentinian flag, second from the right, from Marcus Rocco. The English flag's up there for Wayne Rooney, etc. If we sign a player from the United States of America in January, you'd see the US flag up there. So we always put the flag up there of all our players.
That's Ecuador.
Ecuador, yeah.
My country.
Yeah, it's Antonio Valencia.
Antonio Valencia, yes.
Yes. Now, you see 76,000 seats around our stadium, all packed very tightly together. But on this platform where you stood now, in front of you and behind you, you'll see 2 seats, then a big gap, then 2 seats and another gap. Does anybody know what this area is for? Disabled fans, yeah, our wheelchair fans. There is space for a wheelchair and the carer sitting next to them, another wheelchair and carer. At the start of the season, our disabled fans, they join MUDSA. It costs them £30 to join MUDSA, Manchester United Disabled Support Association, and then the lucky 104 wheelchairs and carers come to the match free of charge. Man United is the only club in the Premier League that offer this facility free of charge. As well as our wheelchair fans, Man United's got a lot of blind fans, a lot of fans who can't see. And we've got 20 seats behind me reserved for our blind fans. They come to a match on match days, they're all given an earpiece so they can listen to radio commentary of the match. Although if ever you come to a game, you see most of them taking their earpiece out because the regular fans sat in front of them are turning around telling them what's happening on the pitch. Good atmosphere here on match days. Now behind you, this is where the away teams sit. When we play Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, etc., in the league they're allowed to bring 3,100 fans, and that's where the office. Well, Wayne Rooney had a private box. Apparently, he's just changed it. I've been told yesterday. His box up until yesterday was the box up there, S07, second to the right of that booth. That was for his wife Colleen and his 2 sons. So all last season, when you see Wayne score a goal at the scoreboard end, he never ran to that corner flag. He always ran to this corner flag. I'm sure so his wife could take his photograph. Trust me. Apparently he's got one at the Stretford end now, as does Michael Carrick as well. The players do have to pay for the private boxes though, by the way. They're not giving them free of charge. You'll notice our pitch, by the way, is raised up. Underneath our pitch, we have 18 miles of plastic piping. So in winter time, when we get snow and frost on the ground, we can run hot water into that piping to melt any frost so we don't get any games postponed. We get a lot of rain on our pitch. Our pitch actually slopes from the centre spot all 4 ways down. When we get the rain on the pitch, it goes off the slope into the little drainage channels. And we have a tank underneath these seats at the scoreboard end, a 55,000 gallon tank that stores all the rainwater that we can reuse to water the pitch. Okay. Now we have goal line technology here in the Premiership. You know when the ball hits the crossbar down onto the line? There's a camera up there, a white camera, the second camera along, that's trained on the goal line. When the ball hits the crossbar down onto the line, that camera sends a signal to the referee's bracelet saying goal or no goal. There's another camera sticking out at the Stretford end as well, does the same job. That booth up there, by the way, that's the stadium control. That's stadium control. We've got 168 cameras around our stadium, monitoring people on match day. They'll be monitoring us today, and they're monitored from screens in that stadium control. Further along underneath the south stand, you can see the television gantry. When Man United is on television, we have 7 cameras up in that gantry and 21 people in it. The cameras are hoisted up from the ground. The 21 people walk along the inside of the roof and down into that gantry, which can move up to 9 inches in winter if we get some strong winds. I have been up there and I don't really want to go up there again, I must tell you. Right, we're going to continue the tour, so when you're ready, if you can walk along the platform this way. Trafford, we have 76,000 fans here in the stadium. At full time, our disabled fans come into this area. This area is for our disabled fans. And our wheelchair fans and disabled fans go into this room, this lounge. We call it an ability suite. Notice we call it ability suite, not disability suite. Man United is a very positive club. And in that lounge, everything is low level. They have computers, there's televisions in there, they can have food and drink, read the programmes and newspapers. Generally speaking, our disabled fans will go in there for 1 hour after the game. That lets us get 76,000 fans away from the stadium. Then when they come out, it's a lot quieter and easier to get to the transport. Okay? Now all these photographs in this area are taken either by our wheelchair fans or taken of our wheelchair fans. This particular set of photographs were taken in Russia, in Moscow in 2008, when Manchester United beat Chelsea in the Champions League final. Manchester United actually chartered an aeroplane to take 100 wheelchair fans free of charge. So we had 100 fans in Russia, they didn't have to pay for flights, they didn't pay for hotel costs, and they went to see Manchester United win the trophy over in Moscow. One of the things to tell you about in this area, at the top end Man United's got its own police station, and that is a working police station on match day.
Sala de conferencias.
Oh yeah. Well, this is too small for us now. I'll tell you, I won't tell the story now, but we don't use it. The last time we used it as a signing was in 2002. A player called Diego Forlan from Colombia. Yeah. He once scored 2 goals against Liverpool. Great player. But he was the last time we signed a player in that spell. It was in 2002. The reason being, the room wasn't big enough. So we actually took our signings over to Aon Carrington, our training centre about 7 miles away from here. As I said, remember signing a player called Juan Mata from Chelsea? That was 2 seasons ago. We had 166 journalists wanted to cover that story. There's 63 seats in here, just isn't big enough. That's why they were taken over to Aon Carrington. That was until our manager, Louis van Gaal, came last season. Louis van Gaal didn't want the signings over at Carrington. This is a special place, Old Trafford. He wanted the new signings to be done in this special place here at United. So our signings, when we signed Di Maria, Falcao, Daley Blind, they were actually done in another room here, the Europa Suite, which holds over 200 journalists. So they signed the contracts in that room, then went onto the pitch and they were given the shirts as new players. For league matches, it's compulsory for the managers to speak to the television cameras. So in the tunnel, they all do an after-match press conference in the tunnel. I'll show you later on where that is. But it's voluntary to come in here and speak to the press. Okay. Luckily, Louis van Gaal, every match, and the away team manager, they always come up. Same with David Moyes, he always came up. Sir Alex Ferguson came up until his last season. He refused to come up in his last season. He didn't mind speaking to cameras because cameras don't lie. He didn't trust the journalists to write down what he said, so he refused to come up here. But for European matches, it is compulsory. Okay, so when playing the Champions League, Sir Alex Ferguson had to come in this room. That was until his very last game. But if you remember the game, we got beat by Real Madrid 2-1. Nani got sent off. Remember the Turkish referee sent Nani for a high kick. He sent Nani off. We got beat 2-1. Cristiano Ronaldo scored the winner for them. And Sir Alex Ferguson was fuming about the sending off. So he refused to come in this room. He sent his assistant, Mickey Phelan, up here. And Sir Alex Ferguson got fined €10,000 for not coming in here. One of our staff members asked him, "Look, Sir Alex, you knew you were going to get fined €10,000 for not coming in, so why didn't you come in?" He said, "Listen, if I'd have come in and sat in that chair and told them what I thought, they'd have fined me a lot more than €10,000. So that's why he didn't bother coming in. We're going to take you to the VIP lounge now. So, our bosses, Sir Bobby Charlton, Sir Alex Ferguson, they will come and have a meal on that top floor up there. As do any dignitaries and guests. If Roy Hodgson, the England manager, comes, he will eat on that top level. We do have one or two famous guests. You all know the runner, Usain Bolt. Yeah. Big Manchester United fan. He usually comes about 2 games a season. He'll have something to eat in this room. As does the golfer, Rory McIlroy, another big Man United fan. He sometimes comes in this room as well. So all the dignitaries eat in here. The first team squad used to eat in this area. They used to have tables on this level. But that was until 2006 when Carlos Queiroz, Sir Alex Ferguson's right-hand man, said the players shouldn't eat at Old Trafford. So now, the night before a game, they go to a hotel in Manchester. The reason being, we can see what time they go to bed, see what they eat before a match. They all come to the ground together about 2.5 hours before kick-off. Okay. Also, when the dignitaries are eating here on match days, there's a free bar at this bar here. I have tried all these keys, but none of them fit, so I can't use them. Take a seat there, thanks. Fill the seats up for me, please. Can you just fill the seats for me, please?
Yep. Están regando el campo.
The seat where Rooney sits, the matches and...
Well, is that where his shirt is?
Yeah, where his shirt is, that's where he... Well, yeah, the last match where he played Sunderland.
Did he play slow grabbing?
Sorry?
Oh, it's
Yeah, we'll even allow City fans in here. In fact, we're going to go into the away team dressing room. You can even sit in where the City players have sat. When we beat them 4-2 last season. Right, this is... I'll get my right key. Okay. There we go. Right, find your favourite player.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow. Very good play finish.
Y sí. Está para la pizarra.
Our change was our manager. The players are allowed to sit wherever they like. The players always have their own favourite place to sit. Robin van Persie, he always sat there where McNeil's shirt is. Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes, they always sat in the corner. When David Beckham used to be in this changing room, the changing room was slightly smaller. There was a wall here, that was the dimensions of the changing rooms. And Beckham liked to sit in that seat there, where Valencia's shirt is. Wayne Rooney always used to like to sit there where Young's shirt is. And Cristiano Ronaldo always used to like to sit here in front of the mirror. No, so the players could sit in their own favourite place. When Louis van Gaal's come in at the start of the last season, he's changed that. He didn't want to come in and see all the Dutch-speaking players together, all the English speakers together, all the Spanish speakers together. He wanted to split it up. So he decided we'll have the 2 goalkeepers here, then the rest will be in number order. The smallest number, number 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to the biggest number, 44, Pereira's shirt. So we have 18 shirts, we've got 11 players, 11 starters, plus 7 substitutes. And they are the 18 players who played in the last game, okay? So that's where they actually sit. Rooney actually sat in that chair next to Smalling. It's as close as to Rooney, is it?
Maldini, Giggs, Beckham.
The lighting's not quite good either, is it?
Zinedine.
We're going to beat City today. Okay, boys.
Túnel.
It has become a tradition, by the way, for the Man United players always to come down that side. They want to be next to the Stretford end where the singing and shouting is. Also, the wives and girlfriends, they sit in these seats here, by the way. So the players come down because they want to be next to the Stretford end or away from the wives and girlfriends. I'm not sure. No, it's definitely the Stretford end.
I want a shawarma now. Está muy cerquita de los asientos. Muy cerquita. Y aquí están. Oh. Esta se llama la cápsula del tiempo. Está aquí justamente delante de los asientos de los sustitutos. Y aquí está enterrado parte de la historia de Manchester. Y en 100 años lo van a destapar otra vez para recordar todo lo que tienen como historia. Y este es el túnel que utilizaban antes y que ahora cambiaron por el que ingresamos debido a razones de seguridad y por la ambulancia, que por aquí no, obviamente no puede pasar. Megastore.